Welcome to Doghouse News. Coming up, is it a mystery? Is it a comedy? Is it a musical? How about all three? Find out when we sit down with the director of the musical comedy Murders of 1940. Also coming up is an interview with local director Seth Hendrickson to talk to him about his latest movie, Pottersville. But before all that, let's talk about trails. Trails are nice. They take you from one place to another in a good scenic way. But what if the way you move on the trail changes? With the new sewage treatment plant headquarters, the Fox River Trail is going to need a reroute. The current plan is for the path to share the pavement on Flynn Street, but Batavia Alderman Scott Salvati dreams of a different option. He wants to build a retaining wall along the west bank of the Fox River and put the trail on top of it. However, an engineer report says that this would likely cost $5 million, an investment that Salvati feels is necessary. It isn't impossible to get the money to build, and Public Works Director Gary Holm says that the project may be eligible for state funding. Another option for the path's new direction was to build a bridge connecting to the islands in the middle of the river. But this is unlikely because the bridges would be unusable whenever the river floods. But the question remains, what exactly will happen to our beloved path? Now we will go to our reporter, who will talk to Joshua Casburn about the upcoming play, The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940.
To see what happens when the slasher made his reappearance in the 1940s, watch the winter play and you will be able to see what it's all about. Hello, my name is Andrew Lichter and I'm a reporter for BATV. We're going to see what happens in the winter play and the thought process throughout of making of it. The winter play is based on the musical comedy Murders of 1940. This play is going to be showed February 1st through 3rd at the Batavia Fine Arts Center. We are going to talk to Joshua Casburn, who is the director of this play, an English teacher, and the teacher for the film is literature class. Joshua Casburn is going to give us an inside look at the winter play and how you can go see it. What inspired you to make this play?
We chose it because when I read it, I thought it was one of the funniest scripts I've ever read. It's a murder mystery. It's goofy. There are many people killed and many twists and turns. There's a whole spy subplot, so there's spies and murders, and they're all trying to put on or write a Broadway play, and it gets out of hand quickly.
Why does this play matter so much for BHS?
Well, it's the first time we've ever done something on the main stage where the audience got brought onto the main stage as well. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but I will say there are 3 secret passageways on our set that will open up at different times, so it'll be a technological achievement because we haven't done something quite like that before. We wanted to try something with fewer characters so that we could work more intensely on the comedy and the acting techniques so that students could learn more.
How can we join for future plays?
Well, the drama program meets once a month and we give out information about when and where auditions will be. But for those who don't know, you can always sign up on there's a board in the music wing. You can put your name on signups whenever auditions are announced. If the winter play is February 1st through 3rd, then the next auditions will be February 5th or so.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here, Josh Casburn.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
The musical comedy Murders of 1940 is a murder mystery that will take place February 1st through 3rd. It is the first time BHS has ever done something on the main stage where the audience has also got brought into it. It is also a technological achievement for BHS with 3 passageways that will open up different times. If you want to sign up for future plays, you can put your name on the board in the music wing whenever auditions are announced. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that insightful interview. Coming up after the break, we talk to local director Seth Hendrickson about his latest film, Pottersville.
2 minutes to finish up. That means you, Brett.
Oh man, I need a pencil.
Heck man, what were you doing with my pencil? I needed one. Well, if it weren't for the alarm, you would have stolen it. Losing pencils is hard with Pencil Guard.
Welcome back to Doghouse News. Now we go to our reporter who will speak to Seth Hendrickson about Pottersville.
Have you been searching for a Christmas movie to cheer up your holiday spirit? Hi, I'm Hunter Moses, and today we're sitting down with the director Seth Henricks to talk about his new feature film, Pottersville. We're just here to find out a little bit more about this Christmas comedy. Why did you get involved into movie making? How did you get the funds to make such a movie?
Like you guys, I started, I just always loved movies, and when I realized that I might be able to do that as an occupation, that it was actually a job that someone might pay you to do. Yeah. The funding for this film came from the producers I worked with had put together a film fund for their production company. It would be the short answer.
Okay. All right. What is Pottersville basic story about?
It takes place in a small town that's been hit by hard times. And one of the pillars of that community, he's mistaken as Bigfoot. With that, it brings a lot of media attention and a bunch of tourism into the town. They love the fact that their little sleepy town's getting all this attention. And in seeing how happy it makes everyone, our main character decides to keep up the ruse.
When will Pottersville be more available nationwide?
Right now, it's in very limited theaters. Unfortunately, it's not playing in anywhere in Chicagoland area. But for anyone that had a burning desire to see it right now, you could get it on Amazon or iTunes. And then December 15th, it'll be available Netflix, which seems like everybody has Netflix. So.
Yeah. Sweet. How do you feel about the overall product of your movie, Pottersville?
I couldn't be more happy with it, to be honest. It's, I think it's really just a fun, unique little movie that, in light of what's going on in the world, I think it's really refreshing. And in terms of what's going on in movie theaters these days, it's not a big sci-fi special effects movie. It's, focused on just a really fun, kind of unexpected, quirky story, which, like you said, I think is refreshing.
All right, well, we appreciate your time. I'm Hunter from BATV, and back to you in the studio.
Thank you for that helpful interview, and thank you for choosing Doghouse News. See you next week.